Welcome to the Antelope Valley for USL After Dark. It's AV Alta who seek their first win of the season in their sixth match, going up against AC Boise. Have made headlines and broken a lot of records lately, setting up for a fun contest presented by the Paris law firm. I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us tonight. Now, there is no doubt that both teams want to possess the ball. Alta and Boise, they rank top 3 in League One in terms of average possession, but for having the ball at a high rate, these two clubs, they've had their fair bit of struggles. They've accumulated the most shots in the league, but haven't converted. For AC Boise, that conversion percentage has been good, but they haven't had a lot of chances. Lucky enough for Coach Miller, the defense has played out very strongly. And sticking with the host, again, searching for that first victory, and it hasn't been the start that Coach Clavin has envisioned this year. It's also been a cold run for the club. Just one win in League One since August 1st, dating back to last year. And not to mention they lost a good chunk of their scoring numbers. But even with the young age and the risks that come with having a young team, team management is very excited for this group. They want to compete, develop young talent, and they feel that this is the group to get it done, and there's much excitement going into this match. A chance to get a big 3 points at home. And tonight's waste management player to watch, Cesar Bahena, could be a big part of it. He has all the assists for the club, and the University of San Diego alum has spent a spark up top with Jerry's Desdune. And you go back to his college days, Alta scouts were blown away by his technical ability, creativity, and his fierce pace going forward. And over to the visitors. Well, last time out, they finished deadlocked with Spokane, but they did it in front of the USL League One single game attendance record. And Nate Miller told us the hype was real, the city and the club did a great job, but the supporters, they weren't just there. They were active and into the match. And while they led nearly every attacking stat, playing the box and that execution piece was missing for Boise. They hope to get more chances today, and a big part of that could be Philip Mayaki. He's been a big part of the team's success in the midfield. His mobility, ball security, and offensive understanding has given the team the ability to go to box cleanly. And the Kenya native has been on Coach Miller's radar for a long while now. He loves his player profile and is appreciative of his skill set. Well, whether you're closing out your day on the East Coast or getting up at night out west, we've got you covered. Coming up, the first ever edition of AV Alta and AC Boise. Starters and kickoff up next.
Wasn't a place where everyone could come together. Families, kids, generations, all under one thing. But out in Lancaster, something truly special was growing under the lights.
In Big Bear, every moment becomes part of your story. It's where you can find the perfect lake spot for your family. Make your way along the trail for the first of many adventures. Or see a new passion spark in their eyes for the very first time. Where the sky reminds you just how big that story can be. Because Big Bear is where your memories are made. Where they're written. The best memories are made in Big Bear. Start your tradition at bigbear.com.
When it comes to healthcare, you want all aspects of your care to connect and to work in harmony. Introducing Southwest Healthcare, a comprehensive network of care working together to serve you and your loved ones. Palmdale Regional Medical Center is proud to be a part of this new, expanded system. Our goal is to provide high-quality healthcare services that benefit you, your family, and our entire community. Experience health in harmony today with the new Southwest Healthcare.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily. In the market for a used vehicle? Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit? No problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Tonight's match is presented by Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. Proud founding partner of AV Alta FC. Find out more at paris.com. USLLeagueOne.com. And let's take a look at the starting 11s that both coaches have elected to kick off the match. And tonight's starting lineups are presented by Visit Palmdale. With miles of hiking trails, a thriving art scene, plenty of lodging, and a rich aerospace industry, Palmdale is the perfect launching point for your high desert adventure. The big story up top for AV Alta, Miguel Ibarra making his first start for AV Alta tonight. The Antelope Valley native and former U.S. men's national team player going to get a big opportunity with Colin Anderson on the bench. And for the visitors, rookie goalkeeper Joseph Andema between the sticks. For Coach Miller, Jonathan Ricketts back in the starting 11 for Boise. Expect Jacob Krull to facilitate play on that left flank. Nick Moon and Dennis Kostashin bring a lot of interchangeable play on that right side, which opens up the creativity and talent for Blake Bodley. So good on the dribble and creating for others. And with that, we are set up to go. Boise and the white kids with dark letters and numbers. AV Alta in their Joshua green kids with desert sand letters and numbers. The visitors going left to right, the hosts right to left. One change in the starting 11 for Boise. 3 for Brian Claben. Steven Cardozo, our head official tonight at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, which has now been the home of AV Alta FC for 2 straight years. They've seen a lot of great crowds, excellent football, and a lot of history already in USL League One. We are underway and good to go from the West Coast. USL After Dark just getting started. Final match of the evening. We'll get you all caught up on all the events today in USL League One. And of course, bring you an exciting match to either close out your evening or get the night started. I couldn't be happier to be here with you. I'm Josh Lill. And on behalf of our stellar production crew, we thank you for tuning into this presentation of USL League One. Errant ball from Andema, the rookie goalkeeper from Clemson. Sets up AV Alta FC early. Brian Claben making headlines with his club a year ago. Possessed the ball at an exact 60.09 possession rate, which was a single season high for a USL League One team, dating all the way back to the inaugural season of the league in 2019. Costly giveaway, chance early. Moshaban dispossessed. Boise creating a short field situation. And Blake Bodley drawing the first corner kick of the evening at the 100-second mark. This corner kick is brought to you by Toyota of Lancaster. Early noise here, outswinger from Bodley. Threatening at the 6, misses Dangler. Volley chance for Kostashin and can't capitalize. Well, just as we mentioned, the high and historic rate that AV Alta possessed the ball at, they give it away immediately. Again, avoiding the turnovers, the second chance opportunities. Going to be key tonight for both sides, who play a similar style of football. Moshaban, Bodley, his cross inside, and it's steered aside by Denzel Smith. And you can see with his palms up reaction, he's frustrated, feels like he's on an island of his own. Then another Toyota of Lancaster kick. And on this US Outdoor Lighting replay, Moshaban winning it in the box again and setting up Bodley. This is quite literally identical to the previous sequence. In that replay brought to you by US Outdoor Lighting, Make America Bright since 1984. Making America Bright, I should say. The Toyota of Lancaster corner kick intended for Dangler. All numbers on the ball for AV Alta. A fast start tonight. Kroll missing. Desdoon on it. Out in space. Promising run. An early challenge, but it ends up being successful for Nick Moon. Desdoon goes down on the shove and draws the foul. And pardon me, that's Mabumu Alassane over there. Mo Shaban trailing here on this U.S. outdoor lighting replay. Boise doing a good job of setting the tone early on. Desdoon takes a shove. Boise win it. They haven't really had to build out of the back. They've imposed their will and created these short field situations as it stays with the visitors. Early movement here from Boise. Aaron pass. Skips right in front of Brian Claben. Dapper as ever in the suit on the right side of your screen. Now both these clubs last taking on Spokane Velocity FC, but for AV Alta, they got the worst of the draw, a 3-1 loss, but it was an interesting match. It was a game of flow indeed. Ended up conceding the first goal after leading 1-0 at the 45-minute mark, right as stoppage time was beginning. Ended up going down 2-1 in the early stages of the second half. And just as it looked like AV Alta was about to even things up at 2 apiece, Spokane Velocity's Neil Vignals went on the counter and put the match to an end to give Velocity FC the 3-1 victory as Desdoon denied. And the interesting factor into that game is AV Alta possessed the ball at a club low as Desdoon wanted to go from distance. This injury report is brought to you by Southwest Healthcare. Southwest Healthcare Palmdale Regional Medical Center brings health and harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all of our hospital services. Nothing to report for Boise. And for AV Alta, Joaquin Acuna, Steven Ramos, Elias Almesh, and Erixea Gonzalez, all unavailable for selection tonight. For Brian Claben, Toyota of Lancaster corner kick here. First one of the evening for AV Alta after Boise had a pair on the other side. But going back to that last match, AV Alta possessed at a club record low 42% and only had 386 pass attempts, the second lowest in club history for a single game. Today looking to be a little more dominant on the ball and get back to their possessing ways. Desdoon, not what he had planned. Alassane through the lines to Villalobos. At the 6, header chance. Wanted Pajaro to the back post. And Miguel Pajaro heads the ball just as well as anybody in USL League One. But heads up defending there from Boise to take away that opportunity. On this Toyota of Lancaster corner kick, a little different look. Alfredo Ortiz over the ball along with Desdoon. What an exciting first 9 minutes of play. We're at the edge of our seats. In swinging ball. And you wonder if the wind had something to do with that. It's blowing 16 miles an hour to the northeast. and it's just getting lost up in the thick desert air. Tonight's key to the match is presented by Big Bear Lake, where moments on the pitch and in the mountains become tradition. Start yours at bigbear.com. And starting off for the hosts, well, it is imperative that they limit second chances. You cannot give Boise comfortability on the ball. Coach Clavin feels like that high press should work well, but if they break through, you have to prevent the second chance opportunities for Boise. Well, tonight it's all about decision making. AV Alta, they won't give you a lot in touches, although the first 10 minutes or so would have to say otherwise. But that 4-4-2 aggressive press, along with the bunch of rotations that AV Alta throw at you, you're not going to have a lot of opportunities if you're Coach Miller. So you have to seize the moment when given a chance. And what's interesting is, I previously alluded to, the first 10 minutes quite opposite in terms of keys to the games for both coaches. AV Alta's been giving it away in their own defensive third, even in their own box at times. And Boise, well, in a match where Coach Nate Miller didn't expect a lot of opportunity just based on the possession rate of AV Alta, they've had some of their best looks of the season thus far. Already 2 shots and 1 on target. Adam Almesh, whose brother Ilias unavailable tonight. Aaron Paul sent near the support section. The 6-6-1, loud as ever. One of the best support sections in USL League One, and they always fill up that stand behind the net. Flicked up ahead, Bodily. Roshaban. Ball behind Brito. Kroll. Service inside and caught out of the air by Smith. Denzel Smith, who spent his entire career prior to AV Alta in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier League, has had 9 shutouts through 25 caps with the Trinidad and Tobago men's national team. A well-renowned international player who has picked up 11 wins for his nation. Between the sticks tonight, Adam Almesh down, and it sets up a good free kick chance in the attacking half for AV. Ortiz's ball intercepted, running his Moon. One of the premier playmakers on this Boise roster. Hounded, great one-on-one defending from Kalyan Belivanov. The Bulgarian defender just slipping his way between Moon and the ball, and it leads to AV on the counter. Desdune evading defenders. Inside, one touch, and the offside flag is raised. AV Alta's brand new 2026 El Clasico kit is now on sale in stadium and online, courtesy of Hummel, the club's official jersey provider. Check out the full line of new AV Alta gear, including the new Poppy collection, by visiting shop.avaltafc.com. The kit's quite stylish for AV Alta this year. They have a nice shine to them, and personally a big fan of those fading lines along the shoulders. A nice kit goes a long way. And boy, that Boise green really just hits home and sits well personally here. A lot of great color combos in USL League One. A green-on-green showdown tonight, and AV Alta What a fast break opportunity and a feed up ahead. Boise with the early lead, and it's Dennis Kostashin with his second on the year. A through ball that just sat on the ground. As you can see here on this US Outdoor Lighting replay, it froze us in time. I mean, it looked like it would hit off a defender. And Dennis Kostashin got himself in the right spot at the right time, but a beautiful ball up ahead. That's one of the best passes you'll see in USL League One this year. Kostashin over to the coaching staff and the other players sharing much hugs as they have an early 1-goal lead on the road. That goal coming inside the first 15 minutes of play. You knew it was a matter of time for Boise. Had all the momentum. As that cross deflected on the ground. Ball played inside. Steered away. Cleared up by Kroll. Foul eventually called there. Brito in the area, and AV Alta with early frustrations. Blake Bodley credited with the assist. A dynamic player for Coach Miller. And he's loved every bit of having him on this squad. Back when Coach Miller and Blake Bodley and many of these AC Boise players were on San Diego Loyal in USL Championship, Bodley led the club in assists back in 2023 with 9 helpers. Now with his second on the year, it came in glorious fashion. Well, the story continues for AV Alta FC. This is now their 3rd goal conceded within the first 15 minutes of USL League One matches. The start's ever so important for Coach Glaven. It's been a point of emphasis in training sessions leading up to the match days. As Desdune can't set anybody up outside. It's swung around. Good starts, so important to the success of clubs in this league. It sets the tone for the rest of the way to go, not just in games, but throughout the season. As here comes Bodley, eventually dispossessed, but Coach Glaven had a game going in training sessions to condition the mind for good starts and solid finishes. And how it works is it's a shortened 5-minute game. If you concede within the first 30 seconds of the game, you lose, it's over. Any goals in the final 30 seconds are worth double. And again, we talk about this being the youngest team in USL League One by average age of 22.9 years old. Hard lessons will be learned. Coach and the entire club staff understand that, bringing in these talented young players that you see on the screen in front of you. And nonetheless, starts of matches will certainly continue to be a key point of emphasis for AV Alta going forward. And while the club did lose out on 61% of their scoring from a year ago, they did retain 59% of their minutes, so a lot of the players on the pitch saw a good amount of playing time last year. For Boise right now, they've just simply been quicker. Box finishing a key point of emphasis coming into this match. They have 1 goal already on 2 shots on target. 3 total tests on frame tonight. Is that ball inside? Brito wanted all of it and caught nothing but air. Villalobos hounded. Ibarra on it. Miguel Ibarra has done just about everything you can do as a soccer player in the United States. We mentioned, former U.S. men's national team players. Adam Amesh taken down by Dennis Kostashin. Mentioning Miguel Ibarra might have a chance here. The free kick is taken with a short pass. Kalyan Pelivanov and Miguel Pajado, who stand 6'3" and 6'1" respectively, right in the mix for a possible header on frame. Jerry Desdune on the ball, going for goal. And over the head, Joseph Andema. Last year, the direct free kick so kind to AV Alta, Eduardo Blancas, setting records with his conversion rate from DFK spots. Desdune that time unable to test and beat Andema. Chick-fil-A Lancaster and Palmdale are proud to partner with AV Alta FC. Eat more chicken with the new Chick-fil-A season ticket and family pack. Gives you a free original chicken sandwich at every match. Check out all match tickets by visiting avaltafc.com. AV Alta currently with 62% of the ball. About past Boise, so looking a little more like the Alta club that we all know very well. But have struggled to test the goalkeeper. Ibarra, no room in the corner. Out for a throw-in by the hosts. Cesar Bahena, the team's leader in assists, also a top 3 chance creator in the league, on the bench to start the night. Colin Anderson, who also makes up a good percentage of the team's shots, not in the starting 11 this evening. A different look for Brian Claben and crew tonight. Joseph Andema, at just 21 years of age, a national champion and a former NCAA All-Tournament team honoree, making his 4th start of the season for Boise. And although he has made a couple of high-profile errors, in the words of Coach Nate Miller, he loves his ability as a keeper that can not only play with his feet, but do so well. He's always been sought after by Coach Miller. Right now, it's just decision-making and playing under pressure for Andema. As Almesh has a go! An A+ rip from Adam Almesh. His 2nd of the season, evens it up at 1. And a bit of a scrum as the 6-6-1 is rejoicing after the goal. This goal As you can see on this U.S. outdoor lighting replay, Adam Almesh taking it himself. AV Alta have struggled to create offense and lets it go from distance. Dangler right there. And a picturesque finish from Adam Almesh. That goal was brought to you by Snow Orthodontics. Score your best smile with Snow. Adam Almesh, who had just one goal a year ago, came on as a substitution 10 times. Now a starter in 4 matches with 2 goals on the year. A much improved season already for the Frenchman. And Dema on it. Dangler through the lines. Kostashin, high ball up ahead to Moon. Settles it down, flag stays down. Moon inside, slow roller. Bodily, it took a deflection and nearly went home beyond Smith. On the U.S. outdoor lighting replay, Bodily, after that beautiful helper at the start of the match, oh so close to a multi-goal contribution match. Toyota of Lancaster corner kick incoming. Bodily going short. Kostashin, that attempt blocked by Mabumu Alassane. On the ground, Smith goes down. And it will stay with AV Alta. Miguel Pajaro does not like the contact on his starting keeper. Alassane, the block forces it up. And Smith ends up falling into Dangler. That play blown dead immediately. And Smith and company come away unscathed for now. AV Alta, who struggled to pick up a shot even throughout the start of this match. Now a game-high 5. Both teams even in final third entries, nearly. AV Alta 19, Boise 13. And the visitors beginning to play with the ball a little more. Coach Clavin looks like he's ready to jump into the match. You can see how active he is on that near touchline. As it's out for a Toyota of Lancaster corner kick. Coming into the match, AV Alta and accumulated 32 corner kicks on the year. That's third most in USL League One. And tonight, Boise have bested them in that category, already with their third. And swinging ball, back post, again looking for Dangler. A whistle and the play blown dead immediately by Steven Cardozo. As he walks toward Jake Dangler, and we'll certainly have a talk with him. Dangler, the all-league second-team player from a year ago, likely getting a warning there from Steven Cardozo. A lonely ball right at the edge of the 18-yard box. Cleared away by Smith. The USL on the CBS Sports Network kicks off on April 18th with an Eastern Conference showdown. Charleston Battery takes on the fast start Tampa Bay Rowdies at 3 p.m. Eastern. Catch the action on the CBS Sports Network on April 18th. Slow roller by Lay, intercepted. Moshaban out wide to Bodley. Advantage played. Many opportunities, reinforcements in the box. Good defense there from Alta to prevent that entry into the penalty area. What a fast 30 minutes to this match. Seems we haven't had a moment of rest. As Kroll service in. Brito and Kostjasin in the vicinity, but unable to connect. Sets up another Toyota of Lancaster corner kick. For Coach Nate Miller and AC Boise, as you can see the wind there. 15 miles an hour. The flag's certainly moving. Coach Miller felt like the improvements right now that need to be made for his club, it's just the preparation for each match. Every game brings a different scenario, and all in all, it's about arriving into the box a little better. They've been solid so far. And another foul in the area against Boise. Here on this U.S. Outdoor Lighting replay. Header down by Inya. Moshaban right in the face of Denzel Smith. And the play blown dead immediately. Another interception. Boise have found their success on the counter. That shot attempt rejected. Headed down by Moon. And Ibarra, wrong place, wrong time, could not get the touch he wanted. For 2 shots on target. Boise have converted well tonight, but they've also set themselves up for the opportunities. The takeaways are key. Tumi Moshaban, a big part of not only creating the chances on the counter, but leading it with his speed. Boise doing a nice job of jumping in the passing lanes and intercepting. It's forced Alta to defend quickly on the counter, and they've also performed valiantly in that area of the game. Saw a defensive sequence from Kalyan Pelivanov. It was as impressive as it gets. Chance from distance. Whether that was stopped by Ndama or whether it went off the post, I don't know. That angle made it really tough, but either way, Joseph Ndama. Let's see if he got a piece of it. He did. Looks like it went off his chest. It might have gone through both of his arms, but still. Ndama right there for the biggest save of the evening to keep it at 1 apiece. Corner kick taken by Toyota of Lancaster. It's Alfredo Ortiz. In swinger. No chance. Kostjasin. The transition looked promising and immediately silenced by Alta. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Adam Almesh couldn't select the right teammate for the pass. And as Moon takes a hit from behind by Almesh. 56 degrees tonight in Lancaster Municipal Stadium. The vibes are high and well in the Antelope Valley. Alta in search of win number 1 on the year. AC Boise big opportunity on the road for 3 points. Initially took the lead with Dennis Kostashin, assisted by Blake Bartley. And just 9 minutes later, Adam Almesh evening things up with Osvaldo Leigh's assist. Here, giveaway by Denzel Smith. Sets up Boise. Almesh breezing by a couple of defenders. Boise eventually whistled for the hold, and you could see Nate Miller's reaction on the near touchline. Yellow card, first one shown of the evening from Steven Cardozo. Right to Dennis Kostashin for dissent. After the foul, a few words exchanged. As you'll see on this U.S. Outdoor Lighting replay, Kostashin whistled for the foul and continued to say his piece, and that yellow card is brought to you by the Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. Kostashin with his first booking in a Boise uniform. Godwin Antwi hits the turf hard. Quick back up to his feet. And Alassane to reset play. Joust to the midfield. Moon eventually on it. Ricketts put in a tough spot. And Dema. Slow roller across the box. And yeah. Much of the play on the left side of the formation for Boise, and a big part of it is Jacob Krull. He came over from Ford Madison, currently with the ball. Provides a calming presence in the build-up as it's given away. And certainly with the stability he brings on the build, also brings defensive fortitude. The 6'6" showing up in style as well. Plenty of different outfits on hand at the match. We brought up Phil Mayaka in the pregame as he's currently with the ball, but we haven't seen him until this very moment get settled in and really work from box to box. Hasn't gotten the normal amount of touches he's used to. Moon wanted to work his way through a couple of defenders and shut down right away. Mayaka with just 14 touches. Boise would love to get him involved more. Dangler in trouble. And Dema smart to come off his line and punch it away. Eventually won. Sneaky move by Bodley. High cross. And a little overzealous from the former MLS man. But if you're Coach Miller, you have to love the aggressiveness from Blake Bodley. Pelivanov, one of the better defenders in USL League One, to take the goal kick. Given to the defense. Bodley in space. Kostashin out to Ricketts. Moon on his left. Boise love to open up play and get Moon cutting inside. I feel like that works really well with the verticality of Dennis Kostashin. It's swung around. Antwi with aggressive defense. Had to pry it away from Bodley. Desdune gave it everything he had on the ball, but eventually out-hustled by Nick Moon. Grabbed from behind, and easy foul call for Steven Cardozo. Experience the best night in the AV. The 2026 season schedule is presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. AV Alta are set to host Ford Madison on Saturday, May 9th. Kickoff for that match is at 7:30 p.m. local, and tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone at avaltafc.com. And Dema, with one shutout this year already, sends it into the night sky. Ball eventually falls right back to the spot where Ndema previously took that free kick. Played off Desdune and out of play. Tough spot in the corner, and Boise in trouble. Kroll to the rescue. AV Alta everywhere tonight. And that's a staple of Brian Claiborne's defense. It's all about physicality, pure domination, imposing your will, and it's plain and simple. They just get in every single passing lane possible. There's Desdune's craftiness. Poked away by Jake Dengler. Jake Dengler right now the tallest player on the pitch, standing 6'5" tall. The former Naples man. Right in the thick of the defense for Boise. Villalobos. Shared the pitch with Jacob Kroll. They see Boise back in forward Madison. And the club were USL Cup runner-ups back in 2024. Almesh looking for his second and sends that about 8 feet over the head of Joseph Ndema. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Plenty of seats on hand at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. Always drawing a great crowd. And Ndema. Taken back by Alta. Moon goes down, and Alta very frustrated with that foul call. It has been an aggressive game so far, and that's what you get when you have two teams that are very similar in terms of play style. And the coaching style as well. I mean, both coaches very much want to press and be the difference makers, and attacking wise, both clubs hold the ball just about better than every club in the league, and both top three in possession, as we pointed out atop the broadcast. Headed away. Ricketts fouled on the shot attempt, it looked like, but the whistle says otherwise. Might have caught a piece of any of the Alta defender. Belivanov looks to take advantage of the Boise defense. Tough giveaway here at the end of the half. About 90 seconds until the announcement of stoppage time. Ortiz's interception. Leads to Villalobos on the ball. Godwin Antwi searched for Desdoon. Unsuccessful in his attempt, and Mayaka and company can slow things down. Fouls right now 9-4 against Boise. Anytime the ball is hit an Alta player, they've pretty much sprinted. Unapologetic in their style. Rightfully so. Brito coming way down the formation for reinforcements. Mo Shaban with the near takeaway. Pelivanov. The fourth official has indicated 1 minute of Southwest Healthcare stoppage time. Southwest Healthcare, Palmdale Regional Medical Center brings health and harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all their hospital services. This first half has flown by. Both teams on the front foot. Total of 13 shots, 4 on target, and 1 goal apiece between the two clubs. This is setting up a great second half of play. Can Alta capitalize before the break? They want the centering pass. Antwi, Desdoon, spinning. Back out. No chance there for Alta. Boise defenders getting the message to prevent Desdoon from taking a chance, and it leads to a 1-1 scoreline headed into the break. Brian Claiborne's side wanted to improve in closing out halves. They do so, but end up conceding within the first 15 minutes of play. They get the critical response just 9 minutes later from Adam Almesh to even things up. And that is where we have our score here at the break. EV Alta FC 1, AC Boise 1. USL After Dark, the final match of this beautiful Saturday here in April. The halftime score presented by Pepsi. We have plenty of league highlights, stats, and more coming up over this halftime.
When it stays on? When it stays on.
When it stays on?
Yeah. When it stays on.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
Back at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, our halftime score brought to you by Pepsi. AV Alta FC 1, Athletic Club Boise 1 as well. Plenty of games are on USL League One tonight, and we'll take a look at a couple that took away our attention. First off, Omaha and Madison. Lots of hype going into this one. Madison won their first 2 games of the season, and Omaha with an opportunity to jump into a top 2 spot in the league table. Ford Madison would go without a shot in the first half, and then Los Bujos, after 7 attempts not leading to a score in the first half, would break through in the second half after a penalty conceded by Eddie Manjoma on Dylan Morzak. Ponto Botello Faz would capitalize. Omaha would take this one 1-0. And in the first ever edition of the Battle for Paradise, Naples and Sarasota took center stage, and nothing really crazy happened beside a couple of bookings in the first half, but this would be the Chris Garcia match. A goal in the 68th minute to give Naples the lead as they look to stay in contention with Spokane for the top spot. And then in stoppage time, Chris Garcia would make his mark known on this match, finishing with a brace that took place over just 30 minutes. Naples took this one 2-0. And when we come back, we'll have plenty more for both these teams coming up, including upcoming schedules and out-of-town scores. Get your halftime score presented by Pepsi. AV Alta FC 1, AC Boise 1. Stay tuned for more coming up.
The header is down. It's in. Charleston takes the lead and stops. Nice ball. Cynthia doubles the Rowdies lead.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Halftime score brought to you by Pepsi. AV Alta FC 1, Athletic Club Boise 1. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams. And starting off, the 2026 AV Alta FC upcoming schedule is presented by Morongo Casino Resort in Spa. So first off, it is a USL Cup showdown on the road against New Mexico United. That match coming on April 25th. Then it's back home against Forward Madison for a 7:30 p.m. local kick. And then AV Alta FC will head out to the East Coast for their first ever matchup against Sarasota Paradise in the Prinks Tires USL Cup. The 2026 Athletic Club Boise upcoming schedule is presented by Morongo Casino Resort in Spa. It'll be their first ever showdown against Westchester SC, as Westchester have looked a lot better in 5th place this year in the League One table. And then their first opportunity against a USL Championship side in the Prinks Tires USL Cup against Vegas, and then back home against Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. Tonight's out-of-town scores are brought to you by Visit Big Bear. Union Omaha with the 1-0 victory over Forward Madison, and Fort Wayne, congratulations, with their first ever USL League One victory. Spokane with a manhandle of the Richmond Kickers at home, 3-1. Portland and Knox go scoreless, and of course, Naples pick up the 2-0 victory in the first ever Battle for Paradise. Those out-of-town scores are brought to you by Visit Big Bear. When we come back, we'll have first half highlights, stats, and second half action between AV Alta and AC Boise. The first half did not disappoint. The second half should be even better, so stay tuned with us here on USL After Dark.
It is halftime in USL League One. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines this week. Boise welcomed pro soccer in grand fashion in Week 5 with a League One regular season attendance record. 7,211 fans watched AC Boise draw 1-1 with new rival Spokane Velocity, an inaugural home match that will be remembered forever. Westchester SC's 5-goal outburst in Week 5 was the most goals in franchise history for a single match. It was also a memorable night for midfielder Connor McGlynn, who scored a pair of goals, giving him 4 now through 3 games. McGlynn scored 4 goals the entire season in 2025. Our first League One Coach of the Month is Forward Madison's Matt Glazer, who guided the Mingos through the month of March with 2 big victories, the club's first ever 2-0 start. Madison knocked off defending champ 1 Knoxville on the road, then handed FC Naples its first loss of the season. National broadcasts coming up in the USL Championship. Charleston Battery hosting Tampa Bay Rowdies next Saturday, and the USL Cup El Clamico, Rhode Island and Hartford on the 25th. Both matches are on CBS Sports Network. We're getting closer to the second half. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Life is about making connections, and AVTA is your way to connect with the rest of the Antelope Valley. AVTA connects you to your friends, your family, local services and businesses, healthcare, even where you work. At AVTA, we make your connections possible. Get on board today. AVTA empowers mobility, getting people where they need to be safely, timely, and cost-effectively.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
Anytime.
Just moments away from the second half of play between AV Alta FC and AC Boise. Halftime score brought to you by Pepsi. Who doesn't love foam? It's fun in the foam zone here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. While the kids have fun, let's take a look at the first half highlights presented by Pepsi. Again, there was so much going on, a lot of action to unpack, a lot of takeaways for AC Boise in the first half. It set up a lot of these short field situations. Again, the highlights presented by Pepsi. Bodley drawing the first corner kick on that nifty shot attempt nearing the byline on Denzel Smith. And then in the 14th minute, Boise would strike goal. Bodley drifting through a couple of defenders and puts this ball through space. It didn't even look like it would get through, and eventually found Dennis Kostishin, who would put it home and give Boise the 1-0 lead. Much to celebrate for the visitors, but 9 minutes later, it would be AV Alta with a critical response. Zaldo Lay with a nifty flick for Adam Almesh, and he would take it the distance, beating the outstretched arms of Joseph Andema, and that would make it 1-1 apiece. The Frenchman putting on in front of the Lancaster Municipal crowd, and just beyond the half-hour mark, Alta making more noise again. Godwin Antui cutting inside on his left, and that shot would be saved by Joseph Andema. It got through and actually went off his shoulder. Halftime stats presented by Pepsi. 1-1 the score. The shots just about even. AV Alta out in front in that category. Both clubs with 2 shots on target with 1 goal to show for it. Possession, AV Alta not at the usual 60% range that we usually see, but nonetheless, Boise have done a good job of limiting Alta from holding the ball even more. We've seen 8 set pieces, a couple of offsides, but the yellow cards and the physical demand of the game, it hasn't gotten out of control, and that's a credit to both teams, and of course, referee Steven Cardozo for setting the tone. Let's get back to the turf, as both teams are just about ready to go for the second half of play. It'll be Alta in the Joshua Green kits, going left to right, Boise right to left. You can see Tumi Moshaban rubbing his hands together. It is a little frigid in the Antelope Valley, 55 degrees, and of course windy, 16 miles an hour to the northeast. At the sound of the whistle, we're underway. Alta going aggressive. Desdune wanted Antwi. Boise contain. AV Alta's goal conceded inside the 15th minute. Inside the first 15 minutes, I should say. That is the 3rd time that has happened this year, and now 7 first half goals allowed by Brian Claben's side this year. For Boise, continuing to take the ball away, could lead them to the promised land here tonight. Alta on it. Shot blocked. Out to Mayaka. Dangler stepping into it. Launches that one into the 6-6-1. Look at that wind coming in. It'll be to the backs of AV Alta, going left to right. Mother Nature not being very kind to Boise here in the second half of play. We'll see how much that impacts the game. Pardon me, the wind to the back of Boise, I should say. Ramesh floater inside, back post to Antwi. Cycling around. Villalobos to Ortiz. You can hear the wind, my goodness. Dangler's free kick blocked. Osvaldo Ley shown the yellow card for failing to respect the distance on the free kick and was welcomed with a Jake Dangler shove. Steven Cardozo immediately to his pocket in this U.S. outdoor lighting replay. Ley couldn't believe it. Felt like if he was to get a yellow card, Dangler should receive one for the shove. Nonetheless, it stands. The yellow card brought to you by the Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. Heavy pass there from Boise as it caught bodily off guard. Alta working quickly. The wind dying that ball down as Alisson takes this free kick. Couple of recent expansion sides playing each other for the first time ever. Alta starting as a club in 2025. This, of course, the first season of competition for AC Boise. There's a foul there. Keeps it with the hosts. The Alta FC are proud to partner with US Outdoor Lighting. Complete your source for outdoor lighting. Visit usaltg.com to find out more. But back to being a first-year club. And what Nate Miller has done not only with Lansing Ignite in their first year of existence back in 2019 with USL League One, and being a big part of the first-time project with San Diego Loyal just a few years ago. Mentioned not a lot of people could say they've coached for 3 expansion sides as Ley loses control. But building the culture and managing a group that's meeting for the first time has been a key point of emphasis for Coach Miller, and feels like he's growing in that from week to week. And even in his days as an assistant coach back with Real Salt Lake, just to sit back, not be at the helm of things and learn from the leaders around him and take it in from a different vantage point has helped out immensely. And it's shown here in the way that Boise has competed through their first 4 games. AV Alta, a team that has struggled to respond at times to adversity this year. Recording the game-tying goal just 9 minutes after conceding. It took a bounce in favor of Boise. Swung around. Stays with the visitors into the corner with Nick Moon. He's been so talented at that right wing back spot for Boise. A great left foot to cut inside, and he's had a couple of good opportunities to test this AV defense tonight. Out it goes, and Dangler to retrieve. Cole has to be careful. Has his head on a swivel. Moshaban on the ground and snared up by Denzel Smith. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Bodley on his left, seeking the cross, and a dangerous header, nearly striking the head of Thomas Among, although the offside flag was up. Among in the right place, right time, but just leaking a little beyond that AV Alta back line. Miguel Ibarra, how about the 36-year-old getting physical? Picks up the ball and trying to kindly hand it to the official. Musa Inya a little frustrated, and shoving going on between Miguel Ibarra and Philip Mayaka. The veteran throwing hands, and Jake Dandler standing tall like a brick wall. And the captains are now called to Steven Cardozo. Miguel Pajado furious. Ibarra wearing the captain's armband, called over with Blake Bodley. Here on this US Outdoor Lighting replay, Ibarra called for the foul, picks up the ball in frustration, and wanted to give it to Steven Cardozo. Musa Inya wasn't having it. And Philip Mayaka was just curious to finding out what happened, and Ibarra starting a scuffle. And you have to credit Miguel Ibarra, 5'7", not afraid to take on the 6'5" Jake Dangler. So Miguel Ibarra issued a yellow card for starting that scuffle, brought to you by the Paris law firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. And on the flip side, Jake Dangler given a booking, presented by the Paris law firm, for engaging in unsporting behavior. Ibarra providing a little bit of spice atop the formation. And after the series of yellow cards, this AV Alta crowd loves the turnover. And Tweet in play, Bodley on it. Nice pick out of the air by Jimmy Villalobos. Pajado around to Pelivanov. The defenders for AV Alta so involved in the game. You look at Alfredo Ortiz, first in the league in touches and successful passes into the final third. You bring up the likes of Kalyan Pelivanov as that bouncing ball given to the visitors. Pelivanov second in the league in interceptions. Certainly going to be tested here as Villalobos denies the cross from Inya. Polivanov also tied for first in the league with blocks. And then you go to Miguel Pajado. He's top 4 in the league in touches and possessional passes. The defenders for AV Alta asked to do so much. And on this Toyota of Lancaster corner kick taken by Blake Bodley for AC Boise, will certainly be asked for a little more responsibility as that header goes to the left of Denzel Smith. Bodley will head to the other side after it was played off an AV Alta player. Another Toyota of Lancaster corner kick coming to you. In swinging ball, foul called in the box. That one against Thomas Among. Among, who's played plenty of football in the Norwegian top flight. He spent time with New Mexico United a year ago, finishing with 3 goals and 2 assists. Called on here in the second half to add a little more life into this attack for Boise. AV Alta coming into tonight on the header attempt. It leaks through! A bombastic finish from AC Boise, and they're up 2-1 on the road. Here on this U.S. outdoor lighting replay, Jacob Krull, service into the area. And how about Nick Moon going to the stars to get that ball? He jumped over Adam Amesh and has put his side on top. What a finish at the hour mark. And that goal was brought to you by Snow Orthodontics. Score your best smile with Snow. Nick Moon certainly smiling after that finish. Well, for a few moments, and put the game face back on. That goal officially recorded in the 59th minute. Intui squeaking through that defense. Ends up lofting it over frame. AV Alta's brand new 2026 El Clasico kit is on sale in stadium and online now, courtesy of Hummel, the club's official jersey provider. Check out the full line of new AV Alta gear, including the new Poppy collection, by visiting shop.avaltafc.com. Plenty to love with those new kits. Alta have found themselves in a bit of trouble here. Conceded inside the first 15 minutes of both halves. On the giveaway, Mayaka. Ball inside, returned. Ibarra right there. And Dangler shuts down that opportunity. eFootball is here. Live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Slow roller out of play to the right of Denzel Smith. Kroll, who picked up the assist on the last goal, sends it right to the midst of Smith. He works quickly. Alisson with room to work. Antwi brings a lot of speed and good footwork to play on the touchlines. But due to that swarming defense by Boise, has not been able to be unleashed. We'll try it on the other side. We don't like it, and back to the center back pairing of Pelivanov and Pajaro. Antwi. You can see Cesar Bahena set to come in with a couple other the Alta FC players. Colin Anderson, Christian Ortiz, and Cesar Bahena set to come on for AV Alta. Godwin Antwi. Nice one-on-one defending from Jacob Kroll. Underlamping run from Alisson. Cannot be found. Osvaldo Ley, quite versatile as a defensive mid. Able to drop in low, but bringing reinforcements up high. Des Dune couldn't capitalize on the turnover. And Dema to the other half. Boise playing around the world. Kostashin had the first goal for Boise. Long ball up to Bodley. Settles it with a nice touch. Another cross right to Smith. Toyota of Lancaster are proud founding partners of AV Alta FC, driving the Antelope Valley forward. Find out more by visiting toyotaoflancaster.com. Boise have loved to cross on the left side of that formation. Eventually led to that goal by Nick Moon. And they've continued to go back to that, obviously seeing something. Mabumu Alasan drifting out to that flank a little more. Substitutions called on by Steven Cardozo. Player recycling for AV Alta and Boise, powered by Waste Management. Leading assist man for AV Alta, Cesar Bahena in for Adam Almesh. And Christian Ortiz comes on for Osvaldo Ley, and making way for Colin Anderson, captain and Lancaster native Miguel Ibarra. Those are the Waste Management substitutions for AV Alta. A trio of them set to be made for AC Boise. Pardon me, just a duo as Jacob Krull standing there with the ball, getting ready for the throw-in. It's a little deceiving. Joseph Hansen, the Yukon native from Treaty United, and for AC Boise, for this Waste Management substitution. He comes on for Nick Moon, who right now has the game-winning goal. Last one in for Boise, Dominic Gasso, the Grand Rapids, Michigan, or Grand Blanc, excuse me, Michigan native, in for Boise.
Also for UC Boise, coming off the bench, 14, Nicholas Moon. Entering the match, number 18, Jonathan Clyro.
Colin Anderson atop this formation for AV Alta. Brings a lot of pace. He's just a heavy runner going forward. Still has to improve a little bit in the hold-up game. That very well could have been the strategy tonight for Coach Brian Claben, bringing in Miguel Ibarra. There's the starter, Godwin Antwi on the takeaway. Antwi on his left, leaves it for Des Dune. He nearly struck gold, and the fans love the opportunity. But how about Godwin Antwi? Here on this U.S. Outdoor Lighting replay, it doesn't get better than this. Drawing a couple of defenders, leaving it for Des Dune. And he was given way too much room there. Boise lucky that he didn't capitalize. Jerry Des Dune was once a young 19-year-old professional with Northern Colorado, but as Coach Claben alluded to in the days leading up to this match, he was away from the game for a couple of years, or at least the professional game. In this year, in his second year with AV Alta, the desire to be great, the consistency, it's been a lot more prevalent. And Des Dune has always had a great first pass, the ability to take you off the dribble. As there's a collision there. Mabumu Alasan, not one to shy away from contact. As we saw a year ago, he was third in the league with 12 yellow cards. But Jerry Des Dune, as you saw, as great of a playmaker as he is, he's not afraid to go for goal. This year already with one goal. Last year had 6 of them. And certainly taking on that role is the club's true attacking center mid. An opportunity to really shape his career at 24 years of age. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Ortiz hounded. Bodily claiming there was a deflection, and that is the case. Blake Bodily with a charming assist back in the 14th minute to Dennis Kostashin. Bouncer inside, Hansen there, called for the shove. Blake Bodily so dangerous going forward, especially in the half spaces. Look at his decision making. And again, that ability to just open up the pitch for other players. It's a big reason of why Boise are up 2-1. Javier Mariona, moments away from coming on for AV Alta. That one taken away by Kroll. Mo Shaban. That cross steered aside. He was seeking out the run of Thomas Amang. The match could have been put on ice in that moment if not for the efforts of Kalyan Pelivanov. Again, one of the best blockers and interceptors in this league. Toyota of Lancaster corner kick for Blake Bodily. Out swinging ball, back post. Smith using the momentum of his players going forward. Colin Anderson streaking down that central column, and Alta cannot connect with him. Desdune into the middle, wanted to give and go, and it was just a few feet too far in front of him. Play halted by Steven Cardoza for the Javier Mariona substitution. He comes on for Godwin Antwi. Godwin Antwi tonight, a shot on target. Had the most touches inside the opponent's box of anybody on AV Alta with 3. A lot to be excited about for the first-year pro, Godwin Antwi. His night done, and now it's the show of Javier Mariona from that left wing spot. Experience the best night in the AV. AV Alta matches are the perfect place to make lifelong memories with your friends and family. Your group of 10 or more can enjoy discounted tickets, exclusive on-field experiences, and private hospitality areas to catch the match. Visit AVAltaFC.com to learn more and plan a memorable night. Bahena falling in. Him and Ortiz with a bit of an inverted action. Christian Ortiz usually at that right fullback spot. But for Bahena to play it up top to Ortiz, it sets up the run in support of Ortiz by Bahena as that one Looked like it went off the face of Dominic Gasso as Steven Cardozo over quickly to check on Gasso. And they're calling on for the medical staff. Boise's furious about it. They want to play on, and because the ball went off his head, Steven Cardozo very cautious in his officiating. Nate Miller doesn't like it one bit. As Gasso walked away okay, didn't even go to the ground. And you can see the fourth official explaining and visualizing it to Coach Miller. The ball was hit off his head, the front of his head, very fiercely, and with a lot of heat on it, to say the least. So Gasso will be held out. And Jacob Kroll went off the front of the face of Dominic Gasso and eventually rushed on immediately. You can understand why Coach Miller was quite frustrated. The ball would then go into the attacking half of AV Alta, and Gasso would have to await his return, so you're looking at an 11-on-10 situation. Gasso back on, wearing number 8 for the Boise boys in white. And they'll retain possession. Both coaches were pretty emblematic when talking about the press in the days leading up to this match. From the first to the 90th minute, through all of stoppage time, they don't want to wait for the opponent. They have the desire to set the tone. It's the reason we've seen both clubs set such a high line, as Bodley on the byline. And here goes Colin Anderson. Nearly put Dangler on skates, stays with it. Anderson, beautiful ball inside. Desdoon! A crafty pass and a shot with wicked intent keeps the result alive for AV Alta. On this U.S. Outdoor Lighting replay, Colin Anderson has been so good in terms of goal scoring, and they wanted to see the improvement of passing and playmaking. And that is a picturesque pass right up to Jerry Desdoon. And the League One veteran doesn't miss, beating Joseph Andema. That goal was brought to you by Snow Orthodontics. Score your best smile with snow. Anderson back to Desdoon. That combo doing wonders here late. Bahena, Ortiz, Desdoon. The match on his foot. Puts the brakes on. The foam zone. Quite fun to watch in the background. This crowd on their feet. Bahena tiptoeing. Bahena, header. It barely misses Colin Anderson. Mariano de Villalobos goes down on his own accord. Up it goes to Amang. And is shoved to the turf by Kalyan Pelivanov, and he knew it immediately. Shown the booking for it as well. That yellow card is brought to you by the Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. Taking a look at this foul on this U.S. Outdoor Lighting replay, making America bright since 1984. Pelivanov, well, setting the standard. Not afraid to take the booking. Very tough player to play through. Kroll goes forward. Gasso appears to be okay after taking that ball to the head. Kroll. Outswinger. Smith was ready for it. Mariona. Desdune goes down. And immediately to the pocket. Steven Cardozo goes again. He shows that yellow to Philip Mayaka. A team-high 3 yellow cards on the year for the Kenya native. And this U.S. outdoor lighting replay. An immediate foul and a no-doubter pull from the pocket for Steven Cardozo. Mayaka taking more of a tactical approach. That ball does land cleanly to Desdune, and he finds Colin Anderson in space. It's not a great scenario for AC Boise. What a match this has turned out to be. Final one of the night. Feet on the ground. Popped up by Dangler. And Pajado takes a shove from Amang. And Kellyan Pelivanov not satisfied with the yellow that Amang has now received. He wants something more for throwing the elbow up high on Pajado. We'll take a look here on this U.S. outdoor lighting replay. Slight arm extension there from Amang. That yellow card brought to you by the Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys. The Paris Law Firm well represented tonight through all the bookings. That's now 7 total between the two clubs. Dangerous run for Boise. Mayaka. That shot or cross, it did take a hit off an AV player, and the flag eventually raised. AV Alta in search of their first win this year. It's been a tough stretch since the month of August. Just one win in USL League One play as Desdune and Mayaka tangled up. A win tonight could do wonders for Brian Claben's side. Contact between Mariona and Mayaka. And of course, a win for AC Boise would get them over 500. Win number 2 on the year. And have them set up in good company. They jump up to 5th in the league table if they were to go ahead here late. Well, the ball, it looked like it would go out, but it took a wonky spin and stays alive. Inside. Shot laid off the post. Rebound. The line cleared by an AV Alta defender. Dangler keeps it in the attacking half. Bodley goes down and draws the foul. Oh, what a sequence from AC Boise as Denzel Smith now hits the deck. A nice flick from behind. It's Tumi Moshaban. Oh, and ricochets that one off the near side post. And with the speed of that play, it's hard to tell who cleared the line for AC Boise, or excuse me, AV Alta. As Denzel Smith in pain on the ground. It was Miguel Pajado that cleared the line for AV Alta. We'll get another look at that previous sequence for Boise. An A+ chance, foiled by a piece of iron. Tumi Moshaban could have played the hero. And Philip Mayaka, our player to watch, has been quieted at times tonight is stuffed by Miguel Pajaro. For Brian Claben, yes, his side conceded early in both halves, but the resilience tonight by his guys to stay in it. Coach Claben, again, looks like he's ready to get out on the pitch. Be a little tough to do in that suit. They've come back from down a goal twice tonight, and not a good sign for AV Alta as Denzel Smith still being checked down. Right now, Jibril Doumbia warming up for AV Alta in case he needs to come in for relief. Not a situation you see in football too much. You might see it halfway through matches, but an unconventional scenario here in the final few minutes of the match as Smith back to his feet and gets a nice round of applause. We'll let the crowd take it. Coach Nate Miller looking on. Was led twice in this match and was a matter of inches away from taking the lead a few moments ago. Smith walking off on his own power, and we're waiting on official confirmation. And this injury stoppage is brought to you by Southwest Healthcare. Southwest Healthcare, Palmdale Regional Medical Center, brings health in harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all of our hospital services. Player cycling for AV Alta, powered by Waste Management. Denzel Smith has kept his side in it tonight, but exits in the 89th minute with injury. Jibril Doumbia in for AV Alta. Flag up and offside against Boise. Doumbia was the keeper in the 2-2 draw against Chattanooga Red Wolves. In the team's third match of the season, played all 90. Today, we'll play just a few minutes. Could be the biggest couple of minutes for AV Alta this season. Right now, they need to maintain the ball. And not that, again, Jibril Doumbia, 25 years of age from Boulder, Colorado. You trust him in every sense into this spot. But in that same breath, for any keeper that comes in the last couple of minutes of a match that's highly contested, a 2-2 affair, and early season implications on the line, it is never easy to come in that scenario. Rarely happens. So for AV Alta right now, they just need to keep the ball. As Bodley heads it up. Stoppage time brought to you by Southwest Healthcare. As AV Alta on it, Anderson, slow roller and handled by Ndema. Again, 6 minutes of stoppage time indicated by our fourth official. About 5 minutes left in it. The Southwest Healthcare stoppage time. Southwest Healthcare, Palmdale Regional Airport Medical Center brings health and harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all their hospital services. Cesar Bahena, the match at his feet. Bodley standing strong and forcing an error there from Bahena. Ndema Set to clear this ball far away from the confines of his net. Still plenty of time for both sides to jump ahead. Of course, USL After Dark never disappoints. Takeaway, chance on the break, and Dema way off his line, and AV Alta looked to capitalize, and what a goal that would have been. But it's well off frame. We've seen that on several occasions in the 2025 season in USL League One. Strong header to Des Dune. Among takes a shove. And I think AV Alta were even shocked to play on. They were caught a little bit off guard, and play continues. Among is down. Alta with numbers. Mariona. His cross denied. Alta want a handball, and they won't get it. Here comes Boise. Ooh, Moshaban putting Alisson on skates. Didn't know homecoming season comes in April. The defender taken to the dance. But more importantly, Thomas Among on the ground. Boise frustrated that there was no foul call. And a huge thanks to our production crew. They've given us so many great looks tonight on a plethora of replays. The first one here on this US Outdoor Lighting replay, the possible foul, and Pelivanov had his foot in there. A little bit of an arm extension. No foul called. And then Mariona. Let's watch this cross. Pure incidental play. Looks like that ball squeaked through, but Jonathan Ricketts had to brace for the fall to the ground. No intent to touch the ball, and we play on. Amon clearly in pain, walking off. We wish him all the best. Good to see him walk off on his own power. Omar Yaya, the next substitution for Boise. He comes on for Amang. Player recycling for AC Boise, powered by Waste Management. Omar Yaya. Called on late for Nate Miller. Time running out on both sides. Doumbia, he came in for an injured Denzel Smith back in the 88th minute. Certainly to keep this one far away from his pipes. Doumbia, low on the ground. Dangerous ball. Alta lucky that Boise didn't capitalize, and somehow it's kept in by Javier Mariona. The craftiness of the winger keeps Alta in it. Des Dune on the byline. That one sneered aside by Andema. Alta maintain it. Des Dune on his right, inside. Anderson's header wide. Boise quick to work. And Des Dune gets to his right, finds Anderson. Just a little strong on that header. Could this be it? Yeah. Bahena. Goal kick. Nice urgency there from the ball boy on the byline. It's Doumbia. Is this it, or will Steven Cardozo let AV Alta have one more chance? And it's back to Boise. Mayaka with little time left. Mayaka around to Kroll, under duress, has to be careful. Bodily goes down. Deflected ball off of Alta. The match continuing to have life. You see what a team's made of in the final moments of a match. As down goes yeah. Collides with Belivanov. Nice defending on the break from the Bulgarian. But as previously stated, these final moments, you show your true colors, and there is the final whistle from Steven Cardozo. What a great game between AV Alta FC and AC Boise. It ends in a deadlock at 2-2. Brian Clavin's side trailed twice tonight, came back to make it a result. Our man of the match tonight, presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, it's Jerry Desdoon, who tonight was all over the offensive end, a big part of the play going forward, able to get Alta between the thirds and ultimately create a lot of chances tonight. A team high 6 shots, one of those on target. Ended up with a team high 4 touches in the opponent's box. This is set to be one of the best attacking center mids in USL League One down the line. Our final score brought to you by the Paris Law Firm, AV Alta FC 2, Athletic Club Boise 2. Stay tuned, we'll have full-time highlights, stats, and more coming up next. Tonight's match was presented by the Paris Law Firm, the nation's best for personal injury attorneys, proud founding partner of AV Alta FC. Find out more at paris.com. AV Alta FC and AC Boise finished this one even at 2 apiece. And let's take a look at how we got here. Tonight's full-time highlights are presented by Chick-fil-A Lancaster and Palmdale. Eat more chicken. Well, both teams were eating plenty during this match. First scoring opportunity, Dennis Kostjason off of a world-class feed from Blake Bodily. That would make it 1-0 Boise on top in the 14th minute. And then just 9 minutes later, a critical response from the host. Adam Almesh said, well, I don't like being down 1-0. Let's take this on my own foot. And he did, coast to coast, beating Joseph Andema. That would even it up at 1 apiece. And first 15 minutes of halves, that time frame for AV Alta defending-wise, it's been something that Coach Clavin has wanted to improve on. But again, inside the first 15 minutes of the second half, Boise capitalizing, and Nick Moon going sky high off this Jacob Krull cross to finish it and give his side the lead. But in a moment where hope was starting to get a little tough for AV Alta, our play of the match presented by Pepsi, Colin Anderson, the star forward for AV Alta, with a beautiful feed through traffic to find Jerry Desdoon, who would even it up at 2 apiece, and that would be all she wrote. That would secure the result for AV Alta. Tonight's Save of the Game is brought to you by Edwards Federal Credit Union. Get your AV Alta FC fan card today. Your club, your card. Find out more at edwardsfcu.org. And how about this one from Denzel Smith? Ended up getting deflected off the bike and saved. Full-time stats are presented by Chick-fil-A, Lancaster, and Palmdale. Always eat more chicken. This one finished at 2 apiece. AV Alta out in front in possession and shots. Both teams with 3 shots on target, shooting 66% tonight. Total of 11 corners and 7 bookings. Things got a little chippy, and Boise continuing to be very aggressive up front, had 4 offside calls. Again, those are your full-time stats brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Again, your final from Lancaster Municipal Stadium, AV Alta FC 2, AC Boise 2, and on behalf of our stellar entire production crew, I'm Josh Lill, saying so long from the Antelope Valley. This one did not disappoint between Alta and Boise. Stay tuned for more USL League One throughout the coming weeks for excellent soccer content.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.